Right, so after that there was the Ubisoft conference. And I'll let you... I'm not too sure, actually, who's more excited for this first game, me or you?
Okay, no, so before we even get into it, there was no Aisha. What's going on, Ubisoft?
Yeah, true.
No Aisha Taylor. Where's she at?
They're keeping it hidden, mate. You've seen...
What have you done?
You've seen too much of her and they know that you were too excited for it, so they just sort of said, no, none this year.
Yeah,
So,
that's my girl would.
So, none for you, man.
So yeah, that was like, as soon as I heard that, I thought, alright, Ubisoft's down. They've lost. There's no way they can win E3 without Aisha.
Exactly, so...
And then they really go and prove me wrong.
They
almost instantly.
They really proved you wrong. Like, I genuinely have no idea who's more excited for this, me or you, because...
My mind is blown. So what happened is, like, Yves Guillemot, the Ubisoft president,
Yes.
came on and he was talking about, general Ubisoft things.
Yep.
And then he was like, oh yeah, and we've had a long history with Nintendo.
They have.
And I was like, alright, so we're finally going to get a Switch game from Ubisoft. And this is something that had been kind of leaked, so I was kind of expecting it. And it's Mario and Rabbids.
Exactly, like the Raving Rabbids are back, and then they just sort of went, hey guys, who likes Mario? And just whacked them together, and it seriously blew my mind. Like I'm still like I've been meaning to buy a Switch for a while, and this is coming to Switch, so this has made it for me. I am buying a Switch, even if purely for this game. I'm buying a Switch. Just
so I was expecting this game. We didn't have any idea of what it was about.
Nope.
But we also wasn't expecting Miyamoto to show up on stage.
No, that was a bit like, okay. And he sort of walked in with this gun on his arm.
Yeah, and that's what's really interesting, because, Mario guns don't really mix.
Exactly.
And then he gives Eve another gun.
Exactly, and he has this massive
fighting.
Oh, it was literally just two big kids running around on stage with their guns, and it was brilliant.
It's hilarious.
So the game is Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. And they've literally taken Mario, mixed it with the Raving Rabbits, dressed them up as the Mario characters, and then gone, XCOM 2 had a really good reveal, so let's say we're doing XCOM with Mario and Rabbids, and it's a tactical cover shooter with unbelievable skills built into the game.
It's ridiculous how defined this game is.
It's just
like
so good.
There's so much strategy that was showed just in the demo.
He used Luigi to take out 4 players. Like, he went through a pipe, kicked one guy, walked over to Mario, jumped off of Mario, then landed on someone else while shooting someone else, and then took cover. Like,
yeah, and not only that, there's like leveled up in weapons, you can or buying weapons, there's a skill tree, there's status effects, there's critical hits. It's insane.
They've literally
detailed this game is.
Raving Rabbit's last game was what, like waving around the bloody Wii controller and acting like an idiot.
Yeah, it was
and then Mario's always just been running around and jumping on Goomba's heads.
Yeah, and then it's coming out August 29th.
Exactly, like it's so close, it's so well built. There's just so much shit going on with it. Like, I'm so excited, man. It's gonna be mental. I'm excited.
And then they followed it up with something really boring, like Assassin's Creed.
Get the fuck out right now. Like, but yeah, again, it was a small Assassin's Creed Origins. It's been 10 years now, so that's why they're doing like the Origin part of it as like a 10-year special.
And we've already talked like a bajillion about that.
I mean, we can do more if you want, but
no, I've had enough of you and your arse speed.
Alright, I do apologise.
So on to something that's actually exciting and new.
Motorsports, car, air,
Crew 2,
water.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering what would happen with Crew 2, because we knew there was a sequel.
Yep.
And it's like, alright, what are they going to do? And they'll probably make the map bigger. It's like, alright, that'll be a good game.
Yes.
Bigger map, more missions, yeah, it'll be fun. What they actually did was introduce bikes, planes, and boats, and F1.
Yes, they did.
That I was not expecting.
I just honestly like it started off with like the fly-in and then the bikes and then it had like jet skis racing each other and stuff, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this looks really good. And then it got to the normal racing and I was like, I'm sure this is the crew.
Yeah.
And then they were literally just like, the crew too, guys. It's good.
So Ubisoft started really strong.
Ubisoft, their entire conference, to be fair, was really strong. They, in terms of all the parties, I think they probably won it this year for me.
Yeah, they were pretty good,
But,
even without Aisha.
Yeah, exactly. Even with that, you know, poor you was let down, but it still came out on top. Right, we can sort of fly through the next sort of two because there's not really too much new going on here. The South Park Fractured But Whole.
Yep.
There's more stuff to do with that, more gameplay. It showed off more characters and more way you're going to customize your character. It's got a release date October 17th, which is 2 days after my birthday, so I'm going to be buying that as a birthday present for myself. There's going to be a list, guys, of my birthday presents. Keep up. And then after South Park was the Transference game.
Yes.
Which is like a VR interactive movie type thing.
I put it down as a VR psychological thriller.
Yeah, it was like there wasn't too much gameplay sort of stuff I saw. It was quite like a movie and you made some choices rather than an actual interactive sort of game. But looked interesting. It was very thrillery and it looked very trippy.
Yeah. We would have to wait for more information.
Yeah, they didn't do too much. I don't think we got a release date. And we didn't get too much in terms of what it's about, so keep out for more details for that, really.
Now the next one is interesting.
Oh, it's very interesting because we've already had boat sort of battles in Sea of Thieves.
Yep.
And then they kind of went, so guys like Sea of Thieves, and obviously it's Ubisoft, and Assassin's Creed Black Flag did really well in the terms of like its boat battles were really successful and people really enjoyed it.
Yep.
So they've basically taken that and made it into an entire game called Skull and Bones.
I'm worried.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I don't think it'll do well.
Oh, do you not?
No, because the PvP is a bit weird.
See, I think the PvP looks amazing. I think it looks so good.
It looks good, but it looks weird.
So
that's like the whole idea is it's more about collecting coins than attacking each other.
Their entire PvP thing is called like Loot Hunt, and it's like a 5v5 team game where you have to like, yes, you have to fight and take down the opponent's ships to make them lose money, because then once they've collected coins, if you take the ship down, then obviously they drop their money into the ocean. And then it's like after a set amount of time, these like AI pirate hunters turn up and start attacking whichever team's got the most coins. So whichever team's winning will basically be targeted more, and then you've got to like get out of the area of play.
Yes.
So it was like you've got to sail out of the arena whilst being hunted by their team of 5 plus these like 5 AI legendary bounty hunter people who use like mortars and stuff like that to take you down. It looks good, but yeah, I'm really interested by it.
I think it'll be enough.
Yeah.
I don't think there is enough content in that game to justify it.
Yeah, I get what you mean, because they didn't really show single player. There wasn't really much of a story. It was literally kind of like 5v5 team combat.
Yeah.
And it looks good. Again, like it doesn't seem like there's too much in it, but then you could arguably say they get same with blooming PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That's just the same thing over and over, but it's so addictive.
Yeah, I don't know. With this though, I feel like they're trying to make it esporty, but I feel like it doesn't map well to an esport.
Yeah, I can't see it becoming an esport, but it's definitely going to be fun, and it's definitely going to be good in like the Twitch community, because lots of Twitchers will then like get together and make a team, and then there'll be a lot of people's perspectives. There's good chances for this to turn into a really good YouTube and Twitch game, because then you can see multiple perspectives and multiple angles. But
visually, it looks amazing. I'll give it that.
But
visually, it looks gorgeous.
But I can't see it taking off any bigger than a bit of like fun between friends, really.
Yeah, and that's why I think Sea of Thieves has a beat. If you're gonna have fun with friends, get all on the same ship. Yeah. Give yourself roles. Give yourself stuff to explore. Yeah,
fair enough then, man. I can't fault you on that, to be fair.
yeah, that's my opinion.
Fair enough. Next up was some singer I've never heard of.
Yep.
Came on stage,
Just Dance.
sung a song, did some... The song was actually called Just Dance.
Was it?
I'm fairly sure it was called Just Dance.
Maybe.
Or something like that. So I was kind of there like, Just Dance by any chance? Maybe?
Well, as soon as dancers came on and music came on, it was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's Just Dance. It's going to happen.
Just Dance 2018. And
Do you know what's really interesting about Just Dance 2018?
go for it.
It's being released on the Wii.
Is it?
Yep, the original Wii has a Just Dance 2018 release.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they've always been the Wii sort of stuff, so I'm guessing keeping it so people don't have to buy a new console to play the newest game is good, but honestly, who still really plays the original Wii?
People with Just Dance, apparently.
There you go then, done. That's their market.
Yeah.
Very nice. Right, next is only just a small mention again. It's another South Park thing. It's for your
The mobile game.
yeah, Phone Destroyer it's called, and it's for Android. I'm fairly sure it's for iPhone as well. But it's theirs, and it's cowboys versus Indians, and princesses, and robots, and aliens, and it's just... It basically looks like the Stick of Truth and a Fractured Butthole, but they've just made like a smaller version of it for your phone.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks like a card battle type one though, because it looks like all the units along the bottom were displayed as different cards.
Yeah, they also kind of charged up.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be very like that. What's the Clash of Clans Battle Royale game out at the moment? Clash Royale or something
Clash
like that?
Royale.
Yeah.
You literally take the first and last words of both of those.
There you go. So it looks like that in the sense of like you have like an elixir type bar, and when it builds up enough, you can then play your cards, and they've got a charge, and it looks good. It looks like Clash Royale, but with South Park, and I'm all behind that because I love Clash Royale. So yeah, and South Park is always good, mate. So I'm definitely behind that. Right, back to space, shall we?
Yeah, I'm interested in what you think about this one.
I'm very interested in this one because I mean, you know what I'm like in terms of like I freaking loved that Disney Infinity because I loved collecting all the little figures and putting them on the stand, and you can play with your figures in the game and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so this Starlink Battle for Atlas is coming out on PS4, and I'm fairly sure it's coming with Switch as well.
I think it's out on all consoles yet.
Awesome. And it's like you play and have this little like model of the ship, and then you can buy virtual ships and weapons as well, so it's not like you have to go out and buy the models, but the models are a nice addition to it. And then you have this model set up, and you can like take off its wings and take off its guns and reshape them whilst you're playing the game. So while you're flying around, you can take off like a cannon and replace it with like a flamethrower in case you're going against these like ice enemies or something.
Yep.
And it looks really good. It's like space battles with this like physical model support. You don't have to have the physical ones, but I think it'd be quite nice to own it. So if they do release it with a like collector's bundle where you get a physical model and some parts, I'll probably buy that and then buy the rest of it in game.
Yeah, like you said, it's like Skylanders.
Yes.
And I think this probably means there won't be any more Skylanders.
Yes, I have a feeling this is going to be what takes over, because Skylanders and Disney Infinity sort of thing were good, and they had their figures, but then it was like you had to buy a new figure to use the new character, whereas this is very much you buy your one character and then you buy mods for your character.
Yeah.
Rather than having to fork out like £15 per figure, you can now spend like 15 quid and get loads of upgrades for your ship.
In theory, they may still be £15 for upgrade.
Yeah, we've not seen a price plan, but I'd assume it wouldn't be £15 for a flamethrower. But you never know.
It's coming towards the end of next year, so quite a while away.
Very long time. It wouldn't surprise me if they announced more of it at next E3 and sort of said like, right, this is the pricing, this is how it's going to work. But I'm very interested. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it. I like my little collectibles, you know what I'm like.
Yeah, I'm not really one for collectibles, but it looks good.
Yeah. If you can buy it all in game though, you haven't got collectibles then, have you? So.
Yeah, if I can, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see.
So, Steep got some DLC.
It has. There's Olympics now.
There are Winter Olympics, yeah.
Yes, December 5th, I think this is coming out.
Yep.
And it's literally just an Olympics expansion. I'm fairly sure they said there's a few new sports added to it. and then they'd add in loads of different ways to use them and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's now like slalom, there's like checkpoint races, there's what else was there?
It was like jumps and shit. I think there was jumps already.
Yeah, but I think now they've actually had it, so you get like points and there's like targets in midair and stuff, and it's just, yeah, it's just more content for Steep, really. So if you're enjoying that game and you want to see some Olympics out of it and some actual competitive sort of mode, then this is for you.
Main thing. You know, you want to trash your friends with the slalom.
Exactly.
Now you can.
I like the look of Steep, but I've not actually got myself around to getting it. Like, I see it as one of the games that I'd play for a little bit and get bored.
Yeah, that's exactly how I see it.
So I quite like watching it because I quite like seeing the races and the wingsuits, but I feel like if I owned it, I'd do a few races and then be like, it's this again. So yes. Right, moving on to something I'm guessing you're pretty hyped for.
Fairly, yes.
Yes. Go on then, what we got?
Far Cry 5.
Far Cry 5. Hope County, Montana.
Yeah. So I didn't play 4.
No, I've not played 4 yet.
Played 3, really liked 3. Skipped 4 because it was just like 3. So I didn't feel like it was worth buying.
Yes. Have you done Primal?
No, I've not done Primal.
No, I think I'm pretty good.
But I did do Blood Dragon and that was hilarious.
Blood Dragon was so good.
So Far Cry 5. There's some kind of American cult going on.
Yep.
And you're trying to stop them.
They've got the entire like Montana area like on lockdown. No one gets in or out, and you've got to try and take them down so you can get evac'd and stuff. And it just looks like more Far Cry, but bigger and better. And now they've finally added a co-op team play campaign.
Yeah, a full co-op campaign, which I really want to do.
Yes, because we did quite a bit of co-op Far Cry 3, but obviously that was only for like certain missions, wasn't it?
You had like 6 missions in Far Cry 3.
Yeah, so we did like 5 of them, and then we're like, it's just the same thing over and over now. So.
And I think in Far Cry 4, it wasn't the story missions, but you could do the open world missions or something like that.
Yes.
So yeah, I want to see Far Cry 5, and I want to see the planes.
Yes. They've got loads of stuff they've sort of said with it, and it just looks really good. So. Bring it on, guys. I'm going to play the crap out of that.
Also, there's a dog. Yes,
the dogs look cool. There's more. Yeah, there are more teams, weren't there? So you had like co-op, and then you could get people in sniper towers who'd cover you, and then it looked the dog looked cool.
Yeah, he brought you guns.
Yep.
How cool is that? I want a dog that just brings me guns.
Exactly. Like, yes, please. It looked good. And then their final, Ubisoft's final game announcement was like a really long cinematic. There was no gameplay. It was just a really long cinematic that showed this like cheeky little monkey who was like trying to get his intel off of this like boar person.
Yep.
And then he basically traded him chocolate for it because he disguised it as this medal or whatever. And then they went back to the ship and they sort of displayed it all. And like to start with, I was there like, I'm fairly sure I recognise this, but I'm not too sure what it is. And then the whole cinematic went through and it was gorgeous. And then it popped up with Beyond Good and Evil 2. And the entire theatre went nuts because this was a game that came out in like 2002.
Yeah, 15 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, and they've not once really mentioned about a sequel. They've sort of, I think people have asked for it, but they've not really teased or confirmed they're doing one. And now they've sort of just said, yeah, here you go, guys. So, like, I was quite excited. I didn't finish the first one, but I played a lot of it and did enjoy it.
See, I didn't play it, so I've had it a little bit described to me in that you're a reporter going around taking pictures and whacking stuff.
Basically, yes.
So, after having that described to me, I was very confused by what the trailer showed.
Yeah, it's like set in this like world where it's all the people sort of thing, like you saw. They're very like the monkeys and the boars and all the sort of like races. And a lot of animals are races that are like humanoid and stuff, and it's all a very mixed world like that. Again, I didn't play that much of the first one, but I did enjoy it. I know it's a really big like community. People love it and really go for this game. So this Beyond Good and Evil 2, I think, is one of the best things they could have done because people are really going to get behind them on this.
Yes.
But yeah, I need to probably go back and revisit the first one to see if I can get into the hype of it.
Yeah, because it's interesting, because the trailer seemed to indicate a massively different style of gameplay from what I've heard about the
Yes,
first one.
it's a prequel to the first one.
Yeah.
It's set before the main character in the first one's born. So.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what it will turn out to be like, how true it will be to its, I guess, sequel. Prequel.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens with this game.
Yes, I do. I think it'll be really good.
And that's all of Ubisoft.
Yes, so Ubisoft had a pretty decent run, to be fair. Like, I'd probably say they pretty much win it for me, because Rabbids and Mario, Assassin's Creed, South Park, Just Dance, obviously is their top game.
Yeah, of all the things that I don't really care about, Just Dance is the only one.
Just Dance is the only. Just Dance is
maybe Steep.
Yeah, Steep. I mean, it's a good announcement. And it was quite cool, but it's not a game I'm hyped for. So
yeah, no, it's good for Steep fans, so I can respect it. It's just I'm not a Steep fan.
Yes.
So there's quite a lot in there that was very good.
Yes.
And it was very funny conference.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was just funny. Just a shame, nothing for you. No Aisha for you.
Yeah. No Aisha. Right.